So, hello and welcome to the Turn 5 podcast after dark, because we're recording this at like 10:30 at night. Because Nia told us she was going to come back from the beach and join us, and then came back from the beach and went, lol, no.
She has received an additional 2 penalty points and is therefore banned from the next race event.
Yes, so no prediction points for Nia this weekend. Race ban. But yeah, let's do France preview first. Then we'll talk about support races from Silverstone in Austria. And then we'll finish, and we'll try and do this quick because it's 10:30 at night.
I'm literally in an oven.
Yeah.
I can't have the window open because the bugs will come in, and having the window shut means I'm now sat next to a computer that's spitting out 40-degree air. Let's go.
Charlemagne. Anyway, France. It's the stripy track, so if you're prone to headache, don't watch this Grand Prix. Because you will get a headache with all the stripes and the 60 bajillion track layouts that exist on the circuit as well.
I actually miss qualifying this time because I'll probably be asleep because I'm working a night shift on Friday.
What time's qualifying?
I don't know,
UK time?
2 o'clock, isn't it?
Oh, well, I'll see qualifying then, but I'll miss the race.
Oh no, 3 p.m. Sorry.
Oh, I'll see Q1. Woo!
I might be up by then. You never know. Race starts at 2 though, so
I'll get to see an hour of the race, so I'll just wait and watch it after work. That sounds like a better plan.
It might have gone stale by the first hour.
Yeah, true.
Or it might have been red flagged and we still only completed one lap off the end of the first hour.
Also true.
Probably.
Well, that didn't happen in Austria.
No,
we got
it
an
happened in Silverstone.
Was there even a safety car in Austria, actually? No, it was only a virtual. Even though Sainz's car is literally ablaze. Virtual
and rolling back
car.
into the
Yeah. The FIA. So yeah, Stripe Fest 2022 at Paul Ricard.
It's going to be a scorcher.
Yep. So rep the Ferrari power unit.
Do we even know if it's going to go on? It might get cancelled if the forest fires in France spread too far. I don't know what region it's in, but I suppose it's quite close to the coast, isn't it? So
and considering it's right next to an airstrip as well, I'd say there's quite a lot of space around the track.
Plenty of places to park water trucks and planes and helicopters and whatever else they use on the continent that we don't have here.
You know, all the same things that we have here at an airport.
Yep, I have never seen in the UK a water plane.
I've never seen them used, but that's because our forests don't just spontaneously combust.
I bet. Check the news.
Anyway, this is a Formula One podcast. So let's talk about Formula One. Mercedes are due quite a big upgrade within the next couple of race weekends, apparently, and it's going to be the biggest of the season.
If you're referring to their Phase 3 power unit, that's coming in after the summer break.
No, apparently there's another upgrade as well.
DJ Khaled. Another one.
Another one. Yeah, there's another upgrade is apparently coming in the next couple of race weekends that is supposedly the best of the season and could close the gap, the front cars. So my bold prediction at the start of the season that Mercedes will actually win a race might not be that far off.
But you come sort
Torino. All it takes is one car to take him out.
Bottas bowling.
Taking one for the team. Right. So with that, is your bold prediction going to be a Merc win? Yeah.
No, not for this weekend. No. because I don't know if the upgrade's arriving this weekend. It may be delayed, or it might just not be slated to come in until, where are we going next? Hungary?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The Magyar Jadij.
Najic.
That's probably not how we pronounce it, but
It's how we pronounce it.
it's how we pronounce it, yeah.
That's
That's
how
all
we
that
can
matters.
pronounce it.
Right.
Yeah, let's just do the predictions.
Yeah.
Ben, pole position.
Charles Leclerc.
Richard, pole position.
Max Verstappen.
I'm gonna go with, do you know what? Yeah, Charles Leclerc. Podium, please, Richard.
Verstappen, Leclerc, and Russell.
Ben.
Leclerc, Verstappen, Hamilton.
I'm going to go Verstappen, Hamilton, Perez.
Is this going to lead into your bold prediction?
That at least one of the Ferraris will DNF.
Ben?
Your bold prediction?
A driver to get forced off the track and not a 5-second penalty given.
Oh, yeah, who's the race director?
Don't know.
Because if it's the one from Austria, they will get a 5-second time penalty. But if it's the Silverstone one, they won't.
What do I want for my bold prediction? I'm going to say. I don't even know if that's cast spot. No, I was going to say like both Mercs top 5. But that's not really bold anymore, is it? That's just kind of if they run their race, that's their race.
They've actually got pace now.
I suppose in the last couple, it has relied on DNFs ahead of them.
Well, no, Silverstone, they definitely would have finished both top 5 if George hadn't been involved in turn 1. Austria, they had the as well. Before they crashed in qualifying, they were actually fighting to the front on 1 lap pace.
Yeah, that's not race pace though.
Yeah, I know.
I hate to break it to you, but it took him so long to get past Mick Schumacher.
Those Hasses are quick.
Yeah, but you got to be quicker.
And they were, eventually.
Yeah, it took like, what, 9 laps?
It was quite a long time in the sprint. Cleared them quite quickly in the actual race, but yeah, it wasn't great in the sprint.
So, what do I want? I'm going to go for a McLaren, an AlphaTauri, an Alpine, and a Haas, all in the points.
Okay. To social media, in an F1 group chat, I've got Jamie says Charles Pole, Max Charles Lando is the podium. And Elsa says Carlos Pole, Charles Max Checo podium.
That's more likely.
Yeah. On Discord, we have a few because we're recording this late at night. Tay says Charles Pole, Pierre Ocon, Charles podium.
For the sake that it makes the French flag on the podium.
So that would mean that it's actually Esteban, Pierre,
oh yeah, it would need to be
Charles.
Ocon P1. We will seek to clarification on that one.
We've just decided that means it's Ocon P1.
Yeah,
because he said it was to make the French flag. So
yeah.
So Ocon, Gasly, Leclerc. Vince says Charles Pole, Charles Max Carlos, and Ash says Max Pole, Max Perham podium, and Haas top 6. He says potentially, but I'm just taking that as a bold prediction. Haas top 6.
I mean, I rate it.
Yeah.
It happened last time.
Good.
So,
The Steiner ship is getting quite big on social media.
yeah. It's this Steiner cruise liner now.
Yeah.
Yes, that rhymes. And yes, I'm going to patent it.
Started off as the Steiner boat.
This is my boat.
Anyway, let's go, gentlemen. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh god.
Latifi, there's 53 laps, so let's go with 21, 2 laps down.
Ben.
Latifi 24, 2 laps down.
I'm going to go Stroll 27 and 1.
Okay, gentlemen, a short view back to the path.
Now you can do
To
it.
Silverstone. W Series, Jamie Chadwick takes pole, Jamie Chadwick wins race. W Series.
By 20 seconds.
Yeah. There was quite an interest. I don't know how much of it was shown on TV, but there was quite a good fight toward the rear of the field and in the midfield.
They showed quite a lot of the midfield
during the
ones.
race. Yeah.
I mean, they weren't really showing Jamie Chadwick at all because it was just kind of like she's doing her own thing. Again.
Yeah. As usual.
Yep.
And then there was that collision at the end of the race.
Yeah.
For third. But she gave the position back. So I think the stewards let her away with it. I didn't hear anything about post-race penalties. So
I haven't. There's nothing on the website. So.
Yeah. I don't think they ever published final classification. They just left the provisional one up. So it must be accurate.
We'll go with it.
Yeah. Formula 2, Roy Nissany tried to murder himself.
Yeah.
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 That wasn't good.
No. What else happened? I'd seen the feature race trackside, but I didn't see any of the sprint.
Sprint was pretty much the Jack Doohan show.
It was in the wet as well. It started behind the safety car, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just good drive from him. Couple of key overtakes. Good haul of points as well. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and then in the feature, Roy Nissany yeeted a car at himself. Just Nissany things.
How he still has his license is beyond me.
And also hasn't incurred a race ban.
Mm.
Someone else has. But he's not.
Yeah.
The FIA.
But
force another car off the track.
He did receive a penalty for that.
He did. Wasn't it like a 10-place grid penalty? 5?
I think it was 5 place, but
5. Which means they only thought it was severe enough for a 10-second time penalty. I'd maybe have went harsher.
But then are you looking at the outcome because he's ended up on the grass? Can't look at the outcome now.
I'm looking at the incident where he yeets a car at himself. I think that deserves a drive-through penalty.
That's looking at the outcome of forcing a car wide.
It was the old part of the same incident. He forced him wide for quite a while.
But
what I will say is the car who was on the grass just didn't let off the gas.
Yeah.
Just
I'm taking him
full speed.
Yeah.
That was a revenge mission.
Yeah. So that maybe could have been slightly avoided on his part, but nah.
Full credit to him for sending
it. But it's like back left or right was gone. So
don't care.
Formula 3. Arthur Leclerc put on a masterclass in one of the 2 races. I think it was the feature. Yeah. I'm just trying to remember which one I could watch on the bus and which one the internet just went, no. Like when you got within just a certain radius of the track,
There's just so much internet traffic, it just gives up. Yeah.
It just ceases to exist.
Ceased and assist.
So I was following the race by watching the TV helicopter just flying about the sky. Just, oh, they're going fast. But yeah, so Arthur Leclerc masterclass in the feature. Who won the sprint?
Isaac Hadjar.
Hadjar, yeah. He didn't put a foot wrong in that race.
He's had a good couple of rounds.
Yeah, led it from start to finish, I think, pretty much. And can we also say, thank God Yuri Vips didn't win any races. I enjoy that. That's a good fact.
I feel like the track would have been littered with many a thing had he done so.
Yeah. I mean, it already was littered with protesters who are just absolute idiots, but still, that's besides the point.
But yeah.
There was also a Porsche Super Cup. That was a good race.
It's the Porsche Mobile 1 Super Cup. Go on, give it its full time.
Wow. Give it the respect it deserves.
Exactly. We had the commentator on.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that we literally never talk about it on this podcast. The main thing
we do open wheel series here.
Main thing I remember from that race was I waved some flags, trackside.
So you weren't actually watching anything.
And well, it was because the safety car had been deployed, so I went and spoke to some marshals and the conversation just kept going.
You're just waving the flag that, oh, Porsche there. Wave the flag again.
Yeah, no, there was well, you've seen the video. It was in the fan area. And there was quite a scary incident actually during the race. Boy spins at club and then just starts rolling back onto the track. And it was like lap 1 or lap 2. So they're all just bunched together and you've just got this car rolling back onto the circuit. And his rear bumper ceased to exist after that happened. And it's probably the nicest looking car on the grid as well. It was this nice gold livery. And there's just this hole in the back. But yes, so that was the Porsche Mobile 1 Super Cup.
And that will never be talked about again.
And we will never discuss it again. Until next year when we all go to Silverstone.
Even then, I still don't think we talk about it.
We'll take some videos of it and then we'll just edit it. Look, supercars!
Porsche!
Foam.
Well, no.
Just film a Porsche in the car park.
Because it's trackside, you usually get away with it from FOM because it's considered fan footage. You're not just literally stealing the broadcast and putting it in a video.
Who says we're a fan of Porsche Mobile 1 Super Cup?
We had the commentator on, Ben. Give it the respect.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, we then went to Austria, which can be...
Because, Chris, can we just say, oh, yeah, there's definitely no support races in Austria, are there? Yeah,
I didn't think there was. I genuinely didn't.
What a stitch up.
Turns out it was a full calendar.
What a stitch up.
I know. Yeah, Track Limits City. That, particularly in Formula 2.
Yeah. Track limits are just a suggestion, right?
Like Alex Jakes, I think it was, literally turned around and was like, yeah, it's becoming like the lottery. Who's gonna get a 5-second
numbers
time
coming up
penalty
next?
They were so strict. Like a centimetre of a wheel over the white line, 5-second time penalty.
That's how it should be.
Yeah. So
the line is the line.
If you give a centimetre, then they just keep going out to that centimetre.
Yeah.
Give a centimetre, they'll take a mile.
Yeah.
That's 1.6 kilometres for you non-mile speaking folk.
I know this isn't Formula 2 or 3, it's Formula 1. I wasn't here last week, also. What was consensus on the Russell incident?
Deserved penalty. it's in line with other incidents that have happened in the past that were near identical. And
But they weren't on lap 1.
If we want to argue for consistency, we need to apply consistency.
I present to you the 2022 Formula One season. Drivers are literally coming out and being like, it's so inconsistent.
They're talking about track limits specifically.
And other things.
Okay, yeah, Alonso has gripes with the stewards, but that incident is such a carbon copy of Hamilton Albon that it just cannot be.
And Silverstone says hello. All the drivers were apparently confused about Silverstone, wanted to ask the FIA, and the guy just wasn't there.
Classic FIA. And speaking of the FIA,
Michael Massey has left.
Crab rave music. Massey gone.
Yep. Massey is out of the FIA. Well, as I say, breaking news. Not really breaking news.
Broken news.
Yeah.
Good man.
Like 5 days old news. Michael Massey has left the FIA.
Do you want to say, we say it about the drivers that nobody should be given grief. The same should be said for Michael Massey. The amount of hate he has received online is just unacceptable.
Oh, absolutely.
He's a man. He was doing his job. He might have done it wrong in your opinion. Does not give you,
and in our opinion,
doesn't give you the right to send vile messages over the internet about it.
We race as one.
$1 million.
But yeah, remember, we race as one. Formula One wants to stop the hate. So let's be good Formula One fans and listen to them.
Sponsored by High Tech GP.
Congrats, Massey, on your incredible career.
Yeah. You will be forever remembered for the 2021 Abu Dhabi.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah. Oh, and also the 2021 Turkish Grand Prix. Was it 2021? 2020? No, 2021, yes. When he just releases the cars and there's a tractor on circuit.
Yeah, nice.
And track limits at Bahrain.
Yeah, the 2021 Bahrain Grand Prix.
It's just 2021.
Yeah.
The Austria penalties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Austria, let's get back on topic.
Yeah, so I do get what you're meaning by consistency. I felt personally it was a lap 1 incident.
Yeah, but the Hamilton Albon one was recently after a safety car, so that's basically lap 1 again, isn't it?
They don't view safety cars in lap 1 the same way.
Well,
lap 1 always receives leniency.
That's the consistency.
Perez just had to be patient.
Perez was so far ahead of George.
Where was George meant to go? He literally touched the curb.
Break. Said that about Hamilton, I'll say about George. Break.
It was lap 1.
Mercedes fanboy.
F2. F3. Isaac Hadjar put on another masterclass. And one of them, I think it was the sprint
feature.
In the rain, that was a very good display of wet weather driving. He just kept it under control, put the laps in, won the race.
Yep.
Not much really else can be said.
I mean, there was a bit of a scrap for third between Behrman and Leclerc.
Yeah.
I mean, when they crossed the line, there was half a second in it. So, Behrman had a pretty comfortable-ish gap for most of the race, but in the sort of the last, I'd say, third to a quarter of the race, Leclerc started closing up. Really put the pressure on.
Oh, that's what we forgot about. And the Silverstone sprint, Iwasa just closing in. And setting like fastest lap after fastest lap to try and catch him at the end, missing out by under a second. That was a very good drive from him. But
with the Austria results for Formula 3, the top of the table is looking somewhat spicier than it was a few rounds ago. The top 3 drivers are separated by just 7 points.
We love it.
We've only got 4 rounds left.
Yeah. Which are
Budapest, Spa, Zandvoort, and
he has
Monza.
them there. Very good. Spa can't leave the Formula One calendar next year. It just can't.
It's one of the
might
OGs.
say different.
I'd rather Monaco win, but
Yeah, but Spa just
I'd rather Abu Dhabi win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather Saudi Arabia go.
Let's get rid of France.
Well, let's just not go to Las Vegas. We don't need 3 races in the USA.
The American market would probably argue. And like going from Vegas to Miami or Texas is a mission. That's like driving halfway across Europe.
I'd rather
Probably more.
I'd rather have a second race at Interlagos.
I'm sure the Brazilian fans would love that, but I'm not sure that's doing any of the West Coast America fans any favors.
Just go to Texas.
Let's go back to Hockenheim.
Okay. Delusions. Right, Formula 2.
We only get 1 race here in the UK, and we invented the sport.
We don't have a country the size of a continent.
Don't give
a... Formula 2, Austria, come on.
Yeah, track limits central, and a disqualification.
Yep. Means that Logan Sargent has now got back-to-back feature races.
Yeah. And Roberto Merri went from 2nd to 5th and then back to 3rd.
After starting 21st.
Yeah, what a race. I'm surprised he's allowed to compete in Formula 2, though, considering he's literally been a Formula 1 driver.
Has he?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they said he's had a season in Formula 1.
Oh, Merri.
Fact or cap, here we go.
Mano.
Yeah.
Formula 1 for the Marussia during the 2015 season.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, unless you've won Formula 2, there's no reason you can't compete in it, sure.
Yeah, it's just a bit odd that you get...
You get the big time and then you have to go back to the championship.
Does that mean we can send Latifi back to Formula 2?
Pog, let's do it.
Here, Formula 2, we've got a gift for you, Latifi. Wait, did Latifi win Formula 3? Can we send them back there?
Jesus Christ, demoting him through the entire field.
Back to Freca.
That's new. He can't have won it.
So... Yeah, but I think if he won the old Formula European, it still counts.
Send all of the Formula 1 drivers back. They didn't win it, so send them all. Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen fighting it out in Formula 3.5.
God. Then we would have to talk about Freca.
Yes. Oh my God.
That would just be scenes.
It would be hilarious, but it would also be really insightful because those cars are pretty much spec. So
coming soon, the 2024 Formula 1 Macau Grand Prix.
The place just causes chaos.
Yeah, so
the feature race for Formula 2 was basically if you gambled and put the slick tires on.
Oh yeah, you won.
You won. If you didn't, you lost.
Yeah, and then the person who did win
got
lost.
disqualified. Yeah, which is a shame. But as soon as I saw that he'd stopped on circuit, I was like, yeah, that's an issue.
Yeah,
it reminded me of
Daniel Ticktum.
Yeah, I didn't really want to say his name, but at Monza, wasn't it? So
yeah, the sweary man,
the annoying one.
And it was literally the exact same because the medical car brought them back and pulled into the P1 spot. It was genuinely a copycat incident.
There was the funny the actual document was quite funny though, because it stated how much fuel they could pull from the car.
Mm-hmm. I have it here.
Oh, excellent! Thank God I can stop looking for it. I downloaded it on my phone. That's the thing. So
that's what I need to bring back those documents from next weekend. I've been a bit lax because of work.
Damn it! I reminded him.
Oh,
yeah.
So he literally had 0 fuel.
Yeah, you're supposed to provide 0.8 kilos, and he provided 31.3 grams.
So yeah, you're supposed to provide 0.8 liters. He provided 31.3 milliliters.
Perfect. Seems legit.
Yeah, definitely grounds not to be disqualified there.
Which is unfortunate, but
yeah,
it's just the way it goes, isn't it?
But he's
And
literally got a fuel gauge on his dash.
The size of the lead he had, he so could have easily backed off the last couple of laps. And
absolutely.
A shame. A missed opportunity there.
But he got disqualified, and Jihan Daruvula picked up a drive-through penalty for attempting to alter the grip of the track surface at his grid slot. Naughty boy.
Yeah. Can't put the hairdryers on the ground. They are for the car. So.
You're allowed to do it in your pit box, but not the track.
Yep. I think that's about everything, don't you?
Sprint. Formula 2 sprint. More track limits.
I mean, that's all it was. It was just more bingo board.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I should make this weekend. A Formula 2 bingo board. And if it comes up that your driver gets a track limits warning, you cross off the number. I might just make that. That would be quite amusing.
Yeah. But so let's just this was from the feature race. So the classification: car 9, 5-second time penalty, leaving the track and gaining a lasting advantage. Car 17, 9, 21, 5, and 15, 5-second time penalties, track limits. Cars 5 and 9, 10-second time penalties, track limits. Car 20, disqualified. Car 2, drive-through penalty. The stewards were having a mad one at Spielberg this weekend.
The stewards were doing their job.
Yeah, but they also had a mad one. Like,
yeah.
That's a lot of penalties. At least they weren't all for the same guy, like we've had in some races.
Oh, well.
And then in the sprint, car 17, 5-second time penalty, forcing another driver off the track. Cars 9, 14, 25, and 15, 5-second time penalties, track limits. Car 25, 10 seconds stop-go penalty converted to a 30-second time penalty, overtaking a double-waved yellow flag after the checkered flag. But he still managed to finish in front of Roberto Merri. Mainly because he finished 2 laps down, so probably broke down.
Yeah, he might have had an issue or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think I saw someone come into the pits at some point.
One of those ones where you stop, but
you're still classified.
Stopped late enough that you still finished the race.
Technicalities.
The FIA.
Right. Are we done? I'm starting to sweat now. Please. I think I'm going to be stuck to this leather chair.
Yeah, it is incredibly hot. We apologise for how quickly we've done this episode.
We won't survive if we tie it long.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock at night and it's still like 25 degrees here.
I got 27.
Everyone's going to be like, oh, that's nothing. It's like 92 degrees here.
Yeah, but we would like to remind you that we live in the UK and houses designed to trap the heat. because
in the
it's always
UK.
cold.
We live in the UK. We are designed to complain about the weather.
Yeah. But these houses are literally designed to trap heat because it's always cold. Which means when it's warm, we cook.
I am like a rotisserie chicken.
So when I was driving earlier, my tires were melting.
Yeah,
oh,
same.
mine weren't quite that bad.
I could hear the road like peeling.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. I do actually have a bit of tire from the Grand Prix with me. It's good. Very nice.
You just stick it on your tire and drive around, and then
Yeah.
it just integrate.
I'm driving on Pirelli.
Yeah.
Slight patch of slick tire.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's no guarantee it is slick because we saw the wets at Silverstone.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, join us next week when we'll be reviewing Stripe Fest 2022, otherwise known as the French Grand Prix. We hope you enjoy it. Please don't get a headache. See you all next week. Oh,
We'll also be previewing Hungary.
yeah, and we forgot to mention Daniel Ricciardo's not going anywhere. He decided to reply in an Instagram post to all the rumors that he was leaving by just saying, lol, no.
I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Thank you for watching the Turn 5 podcast. We will see you all next week. Ta-ra.
Bye.
Hey.